Hi YouTube, it's your girl, P+7, otherwise known as the Purple Butterfly. Blogs is purplebutterfly-p+.blogspot.com. I'm P+7 on Twitter and YouTube, and P+ elsewhere on the internet. And by now, as you know, I have been wearing single strand twists for about a week, and I don't want them to lock because I'm not committing to locks. I just like the look of the single strand twist. And I have found that I spend most of my days retwisting the ones that came unraveled. So I have decided to convert them into convert the single strand twist into two strand twists. And I am not taking my hair down to do it. So if you want to follow along, I'll show you exactly what to do. First, you're going to need some clamps or clips to hold the ones that are done out the way. And you're going to need some duckbill clips for the sections that you are working on. So that way you can keep everything, basically nice and neat while you're doing this. I'm going to put some over here. So now we're going to be working on these right here for right now. Now what you're going to do, you don't want to take, just in case you need it, have a comb or a brush and a pair of scissors for any split ends or furry knots that are at the ends. But instead of combing this out and then putting, two strand twists in there, what I'm going to do, let's see if I can get close enough for you to see, I'm going to stick my finger right in there, which splits it in half, and where I would normally twist to re-establish the twisting pattern, I'm going to twist with my finger in there. That automatically makes two sections. Then I'm going to take and pull those twists and then twist it up the regular way. So instantly, just that quick, under a minute, I have a two-strand twist where I had a single strand twist. Okay. And since, let me show that to you. Since single strand twists are fluffier than two strand twists, it's going to suddenly look like your hair grew. Because double strand twists will go to the length of your hair and keep it from, too much shrinkage. Whereas if you wet single strand twist, just as curly as your hair is, when it's not twisted, it will go back to being that curly when it is. So again, we're going to stick a finger in there. That makes two sections out of the one. And just start twirling it. And when it starts to resist you, that's when you just take and give it a tension pull and then twist it the regular way. If you have any sections that have started to lock, because it is a single strand twist and that is the method used to start locks, then go ahead and take your comb or your brush and go through it so that way you alleviate any locks that would have formed. And you just continue doing that throughout your hair. Now, I'm doing this in between my routes. So say, for instance, I do not get finished before it's time to go back to work. No one would know because I didn't take down the rest of it. I'm just converting the single strands that are there into double strands. And so far, I've done this many, as you could tell. So if I don't get to the rest of this, no one will be able to tell except for me because I can get close enough to see what's single strand and what's double strand. Now, let's see how close I could get to show you exactly what to do. Stick your finger in there right where you want it to be two sections. That's too thin. So how about we go right about there. And now I'm just going to twirl it, literally. And then pull it apart once it resists. And do my double strand twist. And where needed, comb through, and that is it. And I have a fairy knot at the very tip here, so I'm going to clip that out the way. Ta-da! And now I got my double strand twist back. And I'm going to do that all over the hair. Where I have single strands, I have it separated by a duckbill clip, like this. This is a standard size. It's not the mini clips I'm known for using all the time. And this is a roller clamp. I use those instead of butterfly clips. Although if you were to use butterfly clips, that's fine. I do have some of those. Let me show you. So if the only kind of clip you have is this kind, that's fine. Go ahead and use it. I just prefer this kind because it actually holds more hair out the way, as you can tell. And this has more control for me because it, literally is the width of my hand. Whereas this only has this little teeny part, which I can only use like a finger. But if you look at the two together, you can see this is actually a better fit for, well, I get claws for fingernails. So if you have long fingernails, that might be a better option for you. They actually were cheaper than the butterfly clips. So if it's just a matter of finances, go with the roller clamps as opposed to the butterfly clips. But one more time, we're just going to twirl, which makes a twist automatically because I stuck my finger right in the center of the the single stranders rather, and turned it into a two-strander. And there still is no tension at the scalp level because I didn't part or anything like that. I just literally took what was already there and start converting them. See, this is a single strand twist. If I was to take my finger, stick it in, and pull it all the way out, I would literally remove this single strand twist. But instead, I'm doing this to turn it into a double strand twist. So now I have two strands where I had one strand. So that's how you convert a single strand into a double strand rather quickly, because you don't have to part the hair or rewash the hair. I mean, I've already done all that. I actually washed my hair while they were in these twists. So my hair is clean. They're already parted into sections. And all I'm doing is making a cute style that's supposed to last for a long time, low maintenance, into a cute style that I know will last for a long time with no maintenance. Because when I do double strand twists, I do not have to go back every single day and retwist anything. With the single strands, let me show you this. As you can tell, right at the roots, it has been coming loose. And then I find me spend my whole day doing this to tighten it back up. Well, I'm not going to do that anymore. What I'm going to do instead is turn it into double strand twists so I don't have to do that. I generally tighten my double strand twists or two strand twists or whatever folks want to call it these days maybe once in a month. And that's usually, after washing or whatever, I'll go ahead and do that. If I wash every week, then I'll see what needs to be tightened every week. But for the most part, two-strand twists are a carefree, no-maintenance style, which in my brain outweighs the low-maintenance style of the single-strand twist, because even though I finally got the knack of how to do them, I have never had to redo my hair so many times in less than a week than with this style. And that is why it has to go. Because part of protective styling is keeping your hands out of your hair so you can allow it to grow. And if you're always in there, then you're going to get tempted to do stuff like twisting, pulling, restyling, so forth and so on. Those three are done. And for me, that would be a bad thing because I have hand and hair syndrome bad anyway. So, hold on a second. Excuse me. which is how I end up with half my hairstyles. Half my hairstyles, I'm not trying to do a head full of double strand twists or whatever. Excuse me. 90% of the time I start out, I think I'll put two braids down the side, and I end up with everything else. Excuse me. Apparently my cough syrup has worn off. But anyway, that's what I'm doing today. Y'all stay blessed.